Hey guys, how's it going? Connor here, also known as Movie Snapper. Just with a small little video about picking my next read. So, I will be finishing Kung Fu Avengers soon, and I've decided I want to read one more book before I read the second book in Cenotaph Road and the third book in Jill and Sand Tiger. So I've got 4 books here. I'm going to show the front and read the back of each one. Then I'm going to leave it to chance because that worked out so well last time with Circus of Dr. Lau, and I'll see what happens. Okay, so first I have Cold War in a Country Garden by Lindsay Guttridge. He saw a movement out of the corner of his eye. It was an ant following him at a sharp hunting trot. This was a jungle peopled with creatures more savage than those known to man. Matthew Dilk, braver than Bond, that's saying something, with bigger problems than those faced by the Lilliputians, has been miniaturized as the first guinea pig in a scientific program. His first task is to survive in his own garden, then he takes on Eastern Europe. If you think the incredible shrinking man had it tough, just wait until you see the giant hazards that beset Dilk and his team. Terrific ingenuity, Evening Standard. Tense spy sci-fi fantasia, as chilling as anything in Sir Arthur Conan Doyle's The Lost World. Shows powers of imagination which are long overdue in print, according to the Sunday Telegraph. So that one sounds interesting. Then I have As the Curtain Falls. It's a Door by Robert Chilson. A billion years hence, in the old age of the once great planet Earth, the oceans have long dried up, and in their empty sea bottoms stand the last cities of mankind. For the once mighty continental heights are barren and frigid. The world is strewn with the ruins of the star-faring civilizations of the Dawn Ages, and somewhere in those ruins lies the legendary Kingsworld legacy, which may yet save humanity. Trebor of Umbala possesses the key to the legacy, but can he use it, and will the remnants of a myriad lost nations let him? Robert Chilson paints a colourful and vivid picture of the father's future, tinted with wit and a tinge of bitter iron. A Door Books original, never before in paperback. Excited for that one. So this one here is The Shadow. Charg Monster by Maxwell Grant. So here we go. Who knows what evil lurks in the hearts of men? Meldon Fallow, inventor, had created an extraordinary new type of engine fuel whose secret formula would mean undreamed of power and wealth to its possessor. But the secret was not for sale, not even for $5 million. Meanwhile, hard, cruel eyes were watching Fallow and his associates, the all-seeing eyes of a sinister genius who vowed that murder would achieve what money could not. And finally death struck, grisly death, so brutal it seemed it could not have been inflicted by human hands. Such was the work of Charg, the power-crazed master of mayhem, whom no man alive had ever seen, much less captured. Who could withstand his deadly intent? What crime fighter was himself so cunning, so stealthy, so steeped in the ways of darkness that it could penetrate the hellish sanctum of Charg? Only one, The Shadow. Now, I've read a Shadow book before. Sorry, this is completely professional. The Red Menace, I believe. Jeff from Jeff's Cave of Cool Books is a huge fan of The Shadow, and this is one of the books he showed in a book haul he did, which sparked my interest again to grab some of the books of The Shadow, and I happened to get some of the same ones he did, and I thought that one was pretty interesting. Then we have The Ascent of D13 by Andrew Garve. Now, I found out about this book from Brian over at Bad Taste Books. He read it and said it was a lot of fun, so I do what I do best. I listen to these booktubers and buy a few books. Yeah, so this one just sounded really cool from his review. He really liked it a lot. So here, let me read the blurb and we'll see. The newest, most secret weapon was tested by an RAF plane flying over an airfield in Germany. After the test, the plane with its secret equipment was ordered to land in Cyprus. On the way to Cyprus, the plane was hijacked. Course was set for Russia. In the upshot, it crashed in mountains close to an international frontier between East and West. This is the story of the men who were sent as a matter of desperate urgency to locate the vital secret equipment in the shell of the crashed aircraft. The wreck lay in fog, snow and blizzards at some 13,000 feet. It is the story of the ascent of a major peak by professional climbers under dramatic conditions and political pressures, and of their return journey. Nothing more can be said about this ingenious plot without spoiling the reader's enjoyment. Andrew Garve is famous for stories of cliff-hanging suspense. Pun intended? And in The Ascent of D13, there is cliff-hanging in the most literal sense. There you go. In addition to the absorbing powers of a brilliant storyteller at the top of his exciting form. Now, these all sound really cool. Okay, so we're going to have The Ascent of D13 as number 1. We're going to have The Shadow Charg Monster as number 2. We're going to have As the Curtain Falls as number 3. And Cold War in a Country Garden as number 4. Okay, I will commit to whatever the dice shows. I'm not going to film this multiple times until I get the result I want. Up to you to decide if you believe me or not, but let's go. And I got 3. Cool, awesome. As the Curtain Falls, like I said, I was quite interested in reading this one. All of them, but hey, I'm reading a door. Sorry, I laugh at myself a lot. I think I'm hilarious. Anyway, so thank you for watching if you have. That went a bit longer than I thought it would, but I am excited to read this, and I'll be reading this after Kung Fu Avengers before Cenotaph Road number 2. Thanks for watching. Keep enjoying what you're reading and enjoy life. Thank you.